This is the MoneyShift YouTube channel, and we are back for another episode of the Maverick Files. And today, a lot of you have asked, so we are going to do an overview of the infotainment system in the Lariat luxury package. Now, for folks that are interested in buying a Maverick or have a Maverick of their own, the infotainment system in the Lariat luxury package is very different from any other Ford Maverick. It is the only way, count it, the only way that you can get Sync 3. In every other Ford Maverick system, it uses an old Ford sort of system that you could find in a late 90s Ford, not actually that old, but anyway, it's not even Ford Sync 3 system. So if you want anything related to Sync 3, you're going to have to go for the Lariat luxury package in the Ford Maverick. So in this video, we're going to hand you guys the keys and we're going to go over this system. And hopefully it'll be helpful to folks that are either new to their car or have one and don't understand all the functionality behind it. Hopefully this drives some value for some folks. So anyway, let's get right into it. I got to give you guys the keys. Here you go. All right, folks, we are inside the car now, and here it is. This is the Sync 3 system found in the Lariat luxury package Ford Maverick. Now, a couple things stand out to me, and I want to point out to folks here. The Sync 3 system doesn't give you a bigger screen, okay? If you're used to the XLT, the XL, or a base Lariat, this is the exact same size. You don't get more real estate with the Sync 3 system. You get the same old size that you get in all the other Ford Mavericks. The other thing, though, is how this screen looks. In comparison to an XL, XLT, or a Lariat, it certainly is more vibrant, and the colors are a little bit richer, which is a feature of the Sync 3 system. But let's get into the nuances that make this a little bit different than the regular XL, XLT, or Lariat Ford offering. So the first thing right off the bat, this is the home screen. On the left, you can see what source you have for media. So if we were listening to radio in the past, this would showcase the radio station along with what, sports radio or whatever is over there. You have a compass in the top right, and then you have a settings quick menu there in the bottom left. If we hit the audio button here, you get one of the biggest features of Sync 3 that you don't have in any other Ford Maverick, and that is Sirius XM radio. If you want that baked into your infotainment, the only way to get that is in the Lariat luxury package. Now, I use it all the time. Big fan of Sirius. A lot of channels on there are a lot of fun. But for folks that don't use Sirius a lot, then this isn't really that big of a deal. And now you just click through all of these to get to the different ones. Super easy. Nothing really to point out here. On the phone side of the coin, it brings you right into Apple CarPlay and Android Auto if you have that connected. If you do not, what happens is it actually brings you to a baked screen where you can input a phone number and call it. If you have your contacts uploaded, you can pick from there, and you can actually use this button here to call out for one of your contacts, which is really, really nice that functionality is baked into this system. So that is under the phone section. Maps, same deal. It will instantly bring up Apple CarPlay or Android Auto and whatever map that you have defaulted. So I have Google Maps defaulted here with Apple CarPlay. So as a result, when I click that button, it brings me right to here, which is nice. It's kind of like a hot button for the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and we love that. So to get right back to the main system, you just hit this Ford logo right here, and it brings you right back to where we started. Now, the third button here is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and wouldn't you know it, it brings you right to the home screen where you can sort of flick around and pick between any of your apps, or you can keep it in this system, which is where I tend to keep it, where it has your map here, and then the audio that you're listening to right there with directions if you have a navigation set up, or if you have any calendar invites or things like that, that is where this stuff showcases over there. Oops, sorry guys, we had someone pull up right next to us. That was pretty interesting. All right, but now let's get into the cash and prizes. I want to show you guys some of the settings in this mode. All right, so sound is pretty self-explanatory. You're talking about EQ, right? You get to change the treble, change the bass, change the speed compensated volume, or change the sound mode. I like it on surround. Some folks would like it on stereo. That's more of a preference thing. but I really want to leverage all of this Bang & Olufsen audio system. So because of that, I'm going to use the surround sound function. I'm going to pull up a little bit. I'm unsure what this guy is doing here, making me a little nervous. All right, let's put it back into park, and we'll go to clock. Clock, guys, exactly what you think it is. Change the time. This is helpful if you need to adjust for daylight savings. This is where you go to do so. Bluetooth is if you have Bluetooth connected, or you can pair other devices. And if you have that connected, then you can access the phone and some specific mobile apps that are attributed and connected to the Sync 3 system, like Pandora and other things like that. In the general settings, this is where you can start to have some fun. You can change your language, change your temperature units, change your measurement units. This is especially helpful if you go to a different country. Let's say you're in the States and you go to Canada, you can quickly adjust this to read in kilometers or other things, which is really nice. Touchscreen beep, that is if you do anything on the touchscreen, it'll just emit a slight chime. I have that turned off because it gets annoying to me really fast. Automatic system updates, nice for some folks that just like to have that on. Software licenses, and then you can fully reset the system. 911 assist, pretty self-explanatory there. Wi-Fi, this is for folks that have in-car Wi-Fi, pay for that service. This is where you sort of see how that works. But then, excuse me guys, if we get to the second screen here, you have Ford Pass Connect, which is really nice. It allows you to do the vehicle hotspot thing. Apple CarPlay again, and then you have the vehicle button here, where you can sort of set specific settings like rear occupant alert. You can change some things in the camera, like if you wanted to preview, and if you want to delay. What the rear view camera delay is when you go from reverse to drive, it leaves that rear view camera on for a few extra seconds, just to ensure that you have a full picture. I turn it off, I don't really need it, but I know a lot of folks that keep it on, especially if you're coming from something like a Tesla or something that does that naturally, then for you, you'll want to do that. Ambient lighting. Here in the Lariat, we have ambient lighting in a bunch of different places. We have it down here in the wireless charging pad. We have it over there underneath each of the door handles, and it's really nice. I have it set all the way to max, if I remember correctly. Yeah, pretty much all the way to max. I like it at night. It definitely is nice. Serial number, door keypad code. Okay, guys, this is this specific place right here. That is what you are adjusting. You input your old keypad code, and then you can change it to whatever you want. Not going to show you guys my keypad code for obvious reasons. And then the last section right here really is display. You have the chance to turn it off or do comp screen, which you can also do with this button right here. I'll show you guys what that looks like in a second. You can change the background to any one of these, adjust the brightness, and even have it on auto mode where it is related to the lights. So if you put this car with the low beams, it'll change to night mode versus day, etc., which is nice to have. Let me show you guys what happens when you hit this button right here. Hit it once, it changes to just the day and time. Hit it again, and it turns the system completely off, both of which are nice features. And then you hit it a third time, and it turns right back on. And then there is also a valet mode. But that is your overall summary of this Sync 3 system. Hopefully it was helpful to folks. I know people had questions on if you could turn off things like this volume knob or this volume showing, but you can't. Ford does not offer that functionality, sadly, which is a big bummer. But I'm going to toss it back to T in the front seat, and let's give our final thoughts. Final thoughts on the Sync 3 system found in the Maverick Lariat Luxury Package. Now, I got to tell you guys, I would not buy the Lariat Luxury Package just to have this Sync 3 system, but it is a nice feature that is included in the Lariat Luxury Package. Having the ability to have that Sirius XM satellite radio baked right into the system is super nice. In addition to that, having the more vibrant colors that this system provides is great. It definitely is a lot quicker to respond as well. And unlike my XL T system, This one has never frozen. This one has never done anything funky. I've never had to hard reset it. It just works. That wasn't the case for my XLT system. There were a couple times where it just went fuzzy, or a button would just blink and things would kind of go crazy. So it's been nice to have this Sync 3 system that does not do that. Now, would I buy the Lariat Luxury package just to have the Sync 3 system? No. If you really want Sirius XM satellite radio, you can stream it from your phone. So there's a way around that. Do the vibrant colors really matter in the grand scheme of things? No, especially if you're going to be using Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You get nice colors with those in all the other systems that the Ford Maverick offers. So in summary, it is a great addition to the Lariat Luxury package, but it is not why you should buy the Lariat Luxury package. I am Thanasi. This is Money Shift. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.